They weren't even trying to win, so you better not lose.
Punch. Not one punch, man. One punch, man. That's my nigga though, but damn, nigga. How you get trained by Rampage Jux, the MMA fighter? You weren't paying attention to nothing. No, this nigga said he found $1 million just warmed up on the seat. Yeah, right. Okay. Knock out somebody. That's fucked up. Sweet Mary. You should put your hand up, Ray J. You got it like that. Knock out. Shit.
These are the games you have to win to be taken serious.
Here we go, MP. You know.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Jalen Brunson.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. They've got Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson out there with Ivy. Then there's Bird, and it's Towns in at the 5. And for Cleveland, we've got the Beast, and it's Gordon in at the 4. All right, we're in the middle of the season here, Greg. How do you stay engaged at this time of the year?
Honestly, Kevin, it can be hard. The schedule is so daunting, and there's really no time to reset. So spending your off days recharging, I think, is important. Here we go.
And so off the tip, it's New York. Now, Ivy. Towns is double. Out to Bird. From deep. Diabate grabs the board. Here's the Beast. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. It's Brown on the wing. Off target from outside. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
I was able to talk to Kenny Atkinson for a minute. Now, Coach said they need to take away Jalen Brunson's weapons and make him make plays, especially from outside. Coach said Brunson is a great distributor. He gets all of his teammates involved. We need to take away his weapons and make him shoot the 3. We'll see if the defense can do that. Back to you.
Thank you, David. GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
Now here's Brown after the miss from the Beast. Bird sets the screen for Brunson. Off target with his 3. Cavaliers have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. The Beast can't hit.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Brown wide open. He fires. And he's good on the 3 ball. Brown's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for New York. Pass to Diabate. Here's the Beast. Ivy defending. Shots good by the Beast.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player.
I see why they 3-0 in the series, though. They with the shit.
Brown with it. 6 points for him. Now, here is Bird. Trying to find Brunson. Gets it to him. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
day.
don't let Brunson's size fool you. This guy
All
operates
day from
consistently
Brunson.
on the interior.
He hit that glass, it's automatically in.
Here's the
That nigga
beast.
glass
To
king.
the hoop. The Knicks pull it in. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And in that one, the offensive execution made the
Ooh,
difference.
good
They
defense.
found and
That was
exploited
some
the
good
mismatch
defense right there.
repeatedly.
Well, it was certainly a game that their analytics people had to love
Damn,
breaking
man.
down. I
Still
thought
need
they
that ass
exposed
three,
every
huh?
weakness in the defense. I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
Brunson against Gordon.
You
Fires the
got to
three.
pass that.
Sinks the triple. Brown's got 9.
Yeah, great outside
They're killing
shooting,
us.
really fueling
They're
this run.
killing us. I ain't gonna lie.
And taken away by Brown. Here's Ivy. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And using that quickness to maneuver around the paint that time. What a play from Ivy.
Pass to Gordon. Here's the Beast. Ivy defending. Shot's good by the Beast.
You got to D at, man.
So it's the Knicks now.
We ain't playing no defense. That's what it is.
Brunson scanning the floor. It's good. It's his
We ain't
second
playing no
basket.
defense.
He's shooting 2 for 4.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Pass to Diabate. And he jams it with authority.
Defense got to get set up.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where
Oh,
was
fuck
the
that.
defense? No
Fuck
help.
that.
You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Fires for 3. And it drops once again. The bucket from the Beast. He's got 11.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
Brunson makes a 2-pointer. And again, it's New York.
All day.
And Kenny Atkinson
All the niggas
calls
3-0.
timeout. He's ready to talk things
This
through
series,
with the
them
team.
niggas is ballers.
So both teams changing it up here. The 2K leaderboard is on the screen now to reveal the dominant scores in the NBA over the last month. And you look at the Beast, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
Mobley kicks to Hunter. And it's
Oh,
off
my
from
God. You
three-point
should
range.
have banned on them niggas.
New York
Mobley.
leading by 6.
They got Topic 2 over there,
Brown
man.
outside. And a miss there on the triple.
Jaylen Brown
He's
over
gone
there.
just 1 of 4 from
10.
3-point range here in the first.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Knicks.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is
Good
surrendering the
rebound.
long-range shot here.
That's the rock.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
Patterson is checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Brown missing. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Here's the Beast. And a great assist by Allen as that one goes in.
Okay, Jared Allen, we see you making that look for a big man. That's a pretty pass.
27 seconds left in the first. And Giddey gets it to go.
Yeah, man, it's a
And he likes to
mismatch.
get in
I
a
ain't know
rhythm
they
early
got
and
Giddy
get
over here, man. The fuck?
Takes it inside.
Everybody over here.
Kicks it out to Garland. 6 to shoot. Here's the Beast. It's rebounded by New York.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And so it's New York with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
just stretching out the floor at first. They had the defense scrambling.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they maintain that efficiency from range as the game goes along?
A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. He's out there with Garland. And it's Hunter in at the 3. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, Kevin. The Beast in the last matchup against the Nets put on a show. He finished with 47 points, and as his team has come to expect, he was a major factor from deep. The stats he put up were amazing. He knew nobody could slow him down, and he went to work. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. It's going to be interesting to see how he follows up that performance.
Yeah, he was the driving force behind that victory, but each night comes with different challenges.
What you love about this guy, though, is even when the defense adjusts to what he's doing, he'll make an adjustment right back. He is always ready with a counter.
Here's Giddey. After the made shot from the Beast, Jovic passes to Webb. Evan Mobley with the rebound.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
And Garland has it in the corner. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Cavaliers lead by 1.
So aggressive at the arc. Darius Garland never shy about letting it fly.
On the wing, Giddey. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Giddey's got 5 now. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Darius Garland playing the role of ball distributor to perfection. Pretty pass.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And here is Webb, still without a basket. Can't get it to fall.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
It ain't over till it's over.
For the Cavaliers, Diabate's checked in, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Evan Mobley. The Knicks making a switch here. Out to the right wing. Here's Brunson. Hunter grabs the miss.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Now, here's Hunter. Still yet to score. There's the pick. Rocket 6. The Beast can't hit. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. They trail by 3. Next game, they'll take on the Pacers in Indianapolis at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, D.A., as always. Here's Brunson. After the made shot from the Beast, Towns dishes to Brown. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Brown's got 11 points.
Boy, you catch the defense off guard by being willing to fire as soon as the ball touches your hands.
Pass to the Beast. Right side, Garland. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Doris, when the Cavaliers made the trade for Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland then began to do a lot of his work off the ball.
He had to, Kevin, and he made no secret of the fact that this was an adjustment. When you are accustomed to being the primary initiator, moving off the ball takes time. But to his credit, he's adapted beautifully.
And Cleveland making a change here. Gordon's checked in. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Josh Giddey's checked in for Brown. All free throws good from Garland.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Brunson with a clean look. Hits the three-point bomb. He's got 9.
What a confident stroke from Jalen Brunson. This guy doesn't have to dominate with the ball in his hands.
This is the 2K leaderboard with a rundown of the NBA's top defenders down low. The league's leaders in rejections this month. And you look at the Beast, a fierce inside defender, tops in the NBA in blocks.
And guys, as the month has unfolded, his interior defense has gotten better and better.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for the Cavaliers. Bird, he's checked in for New York. Jaylen Brown comes in for Josh Giddey. All free throws good from the Beast.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
1:11 left here in the second. On deep, Brunson. Diabate grabs the board. Diabate's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Donovan Mitchell showing off that great vision.
For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they won their last contest, that game against Brooklyn.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
And that's not an easy environment to play in. To score at the rate they did on the road says a lot about their intensity and focus.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And he hits the first of 3. You know, many see Brown as a scorer, but Doris, he's put more of an emphasis on his defense in recent seasons.
You're exactly right, Kevin. He's taken tremendous pride in asking his coaches to put him on the best offensive player. When he's the point of attack defensively, look out. He can give a lot of headaches to ball handlers. You think about what Jaylen Brown brings to the table. Elite athleticism, 3-point shot making, attacking the rim in transition, so much to like.
the third.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
There's 39 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And that one's good, Mitchell.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Now, here's Ivy. He had 13 points in the win against Atlanta.
And his passing was simply amazing. A lot of fun to watch.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, and they put a lot of effort and focus on the back door.
Here's the Beast. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. The Beasts got the lead up to 10 now for the Cavs. Now here's Brown, defended by Alexander Walker. From downtown, the shot, no good. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And we'll be right back after this.
And we welcome you to halftime. First order of business, time to take stock of the All-Star voting. Some great players vying for a spot on the team. Who made your ballot, big fella?
Well, Ernie, that's personal.
Oh, come on. Who made your ballot?
You never asked someone who they voted for. Come on, Ernie, you know better than that.
Why are you being so secretive, Shaq? I mean, you trying to write yourself in again?
Listen, it's G14 classification. Snitches get stitches. Yes, I am.
And looking now at that first half where everything was going wrong for the Knicks.
They want to lean on that perimeter game. I get that. But being one-dimensional, guys, look, it just makes it too easy to guard you.
Yeah, maybe they could redirect some of their attack, be more active in the lane. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. What can you say? The Beast, an impressive effort here today.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
His penetration was a real problem for them. And then, of course, the monster finishes at the cup.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
And a moment to see numbers for the Beast. 45 points per.
almost 2.5 blocks and 4 rebounds. And not many players possess his kind of ability to protect the rim. I mean, you look at the block total, pretty remarkable.
Well, I love it. Drivers think they see a crease to the lane and go for it. And eventually, he shuts the door.
And New York, looking at who they've got. Towns is out there with Bird. Then there's Jaden Ivey. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Brown in at the 3, the small forward. Brunson outside. Nifty move. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And Doris, what a breakout for the guard Jalen Brunson these last couple seasons.
Kevin, I think what's taken a lot of us by surprise is how capable he is in being the center point of an entire offense. And not only as a scorer for himself, but involving all the guys around him. Truly an incredible transformation.
Here's Salon. Gordon, the pass to the Beast. Back to Gordon. Shot clock at 6. Here's the Beast. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Pass to Brown. The shot's good on the assist by Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists tonight.
You see an illustration of how well Jalen Brown understands their system. He's got great command of this offense.
For Cleveland, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. Both free throws good from the Beast. And so it's New York with it. Brown outside. It's hauled in by Gordon. Cleveland leading by 11. Pass to Diabate. Cleveland moving the ball around. Here's Banton beyond the arc. A shot off that time.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Now Brunson. Diabate grabs the board. Diabate's got 6 rebounds now in the game. To the inside and taken away by Brown. Brunson outside. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Shot clock at 5. That misses off the backboard.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And he drives in, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Here's Brunson. The Cavaliers making the shot. Pass to Ivey. The shot's good on the assist by Brunson. Brunson's got his 4th assist in this one. And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. We have the break in the action. Let's show you the teams that have been making their opponents work especially hard over the past 10 games. The Cavaliers, number 1.
I mean, they've been impressive on the defensive end, and they may have caught a few teams on off nights, but you've got to give them credit. They've made scoring a chore when you look at their opponents.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Commissioner Silver has been direct. The NBA is hoping for more competitive All-Star games. They've said as much before, but last year's high-scoring All-Star game did precede the league's not-so-subtle moves to cut down on foul calls and allow for more defense overall. They are trying to get it right. Kevin?
And it couldn't be a great game without defense, so we like the direction. B.A., thank you. And here is Garland. Following Jalen Brown's 3. Garland with the bucket.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Now Brunson. He's got 11. Over Garland. And it's Brunson missing.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Garland, the pass to the Beast. Kicks it out to Garland. Three-pointer. Not going to go that time.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Yep, it counts. The Beasts got 41. And, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Cleveland?
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
The Beast can't hit. Knicks trail by 11. Here's Brunson. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. So for the Knicks, Nikola Jovic is checked in for Towns. Webb comes in for Bird. And Josh Giddey's subbed in for Jaden Ivey. .58 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Well, after hitting one triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
They set the screen. Garland, that's for two. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Garland's got 9.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
For the Cavaliers, Alexander Walker comes in for Hutter. And it's Butler in for Garland. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Rupert's checked in.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Here's the Beast, and he's got 41. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Josh Giddey.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
For Cleveland, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. And the Knicks making a change here. Ivy's checked in.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Brown outside. Puts up a 3. He can't get it to go. And so it's Cleveland, riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Ivy with it. We've got the Beast. Also, Butler out there. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Allen. And it's Salon in at the power forward. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Webb the pass to Jovic. And it's blocked. Here's the Beast. Ivy defending. Allen with the slam.
Nice creativity from the big man, Jared Allen. You've got moves upon moves.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Knicks trail by 17. Giddey kicks to Ivy. Jacks up a 3. Cavaliers with the rebound. Butler from outside. The shot will not fall. The Knicks shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Towns, no luck.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's the Beast. 2 points. That one goes. The Beast's got 45 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
The Knicks call time. A different look now for Cleveland. Diabate's checked in, and it's Aaron Gordon in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Pass to Giddey, and here's Towns. New York moving it around. Ivy, good, and the assist goes to Towns. And it's 7 points for Jaden Ivey.
And lightning fast. Ivy has to get rid of it before the D can collapse there, and he did.
Took him no time at all on that one. And the Cavaliers lead by 20.
Yeah, you have to make greater effort than that defensively. You know what he can do from range.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
And here is Giddey. Following the three-pointer by Donovan Mitchell. Baseline J on the way, and the shot falls short this time. The Beast passes to Mitchell. Out left to the wing.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. And that's a foul called on the Beast. That's his third foul of the game. The Knicks making a switch here. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone. It's Brown with the drive. And the basket is good. Brown's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown working in that mid-range area. This guy knows it's got to be a part of your game.
Gordon the pass to the Beast. And here is Mitchell from the arc. It doesn't go for him. Brown outside. You know, Doris, we know how physical the NBA is, but can you talk to the importance of mental toughness as well, and what it means for a player?
Kevin, I don't think a player can be successful in the NBA, and certainly a team cannot without the How high was Donovan Mitchell? How pretty was that dunk? My goodness.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. It's Brown on the wing. Outside, Towns. Brown outside. Here's Ivy. No good from outside.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Mitchell passes to the Beast. They set the pick. Releases. The shot by Mitchell, no good. New York's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Brunson goes in, and the layup's good off the glass.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Here's the Beast. Over to the left wing. Towns with the steal. Brunson with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Brunson, no good. Cleveland leading by 20. Here's the Beast. Uses both hands to slam it down.
He's carried this team to this lead on his back, handling almost all the scoring duties.
And here's Brunson. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Cleveland.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this will make it 31 victories for them on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for the Beast.
What a selfless effort tonight. He's done such a great job finding guys in their appropriate spots.
Doris, why is there so much parity around the NBA now?
Yeah, Kevin, I think the new salary cap rules have certainly contributed to what we're seeing in terms of that parity. Super teams are more difficult to assemble. The talent is more evenly spread. And obviously, it has made for a greater level of competition. What could be better?
Boy, you have got to appreciate how hard Jaylen Brown goes. Amazing how he gets defenders to foul him when he's going up with his shot.
And Cleveland making a change here. Diabate's checked in.
He needed to convert on all of those. Missed opportunities at the line are the last thing they need right now. Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Now here's Brown. In the corner, Ivy with it. And the Knicks miss again.
When you're not in rhythm with the three ball, why do you keep firing from there?
Pass to Garland. Here's the Beast. Cavaliers moving the ball around. This one for three, and that's good. Darius Garland for three.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
And slam dunk by Allen.
Well, this guy's such a reliable presence on the glass. Jared Allen using that length to save the play.
And that one falls for Ivy. And Ivy drops them both. Here's the Beast. Yet another bucket.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
MP, you are the straw that stirs the drink. Facing one of the heavyweights tonight.
say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
In just a moment. Hey everybody, we're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Brian Anderson at the table with basketball royalty, Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, our reporter. Now that we're into the new year, how about a check on the Eastern Conference standings? You look at the Cavaliers, they've been enjoying a truly spectacular run this season, sitting on top of the mountain in the first place spot. And of course there's the Bucks, pretty far behind right now.
Well, I think for Milwaukee, they're really doing their best to rise through the rankings. Time will tell whether they can pull it off.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing. It perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
A look at Cleveland's opening lineup. We've got Mitchell. And it's Diabate in at the 5. And for the Bucks, Kevin Porter is out there with Brandon Miller. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. Then it's Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Murray in at the 3. And how much fun is it to watch these guys move the basketball, Clark?
Well, they've got two main ingredients. One, you've got to have a system that demands unselfishness. And then you need players that are willing to play unselfishly. And they've got both of those things.
Here's the Beast. Outside Mitchell. Lets it go from deep. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Mitchell has everything, including that three-point shot.
Outside Porter. Diabate grabs the board. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Here's Gordon. And a missed layup. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. It's a three-point game. And he makes it.
Boy, the added work in the weight room for Giannis coming into play there. I mean, you got to send an army to try to stop this guy.
The baseline J is on the way. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really give the defense just another thing to worry about. Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
Now here's Porter. We saw him with 19 his last time out.
The more Porter Jr. hits this, the more driving lanes will appear for him.
Now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse.
And guys, coach stated the number of different ways that Donovan Mitchell can be productive. The emphasis for this defense is going to be limiting his touches throughout the game and trying to trap him when he can. It's a tall task for the defense. BA?
Appreciate the report, Allie.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
Antetokounmpo, the pass to Murray. And here's Porter outside. Diabate grabs the board. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. The Beast shot is off.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Murray finds Antetokounmpo. Miller, he's open. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Now here's Porter. His numbers are solid, putting up around 18 points a game. Here's Porzingis. Cavaliers with a rebound. This is a team that simply refuses to lose. They've won 29 games in a row and want to keep this incredible streak going.
Guys, I tell you what, they're playing some of the best basketball that I've ever seen. I mean, they look virtually unbeatable. The key now is they continue to try to strive for consistency, to be ready to handle whenever the next loss does come up. That's going to be the key, bouncing back when they do have somebody in this streak.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. The 2K leaderboard lights up with the league's top scoring teams. Number 1, Milwaukee.
We knew the scoring talent on this team would be tremendous, but they may have even exceeded our own expectations.
On the wing, Murray continuing to put up the points, averaging 14 per game.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
The beast shot is off.
You know, he looks a little off-kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
Antetokounmpo, pass to Murray. Off target with the 3. Cleveland leading by 4. Well, we've got a developing story here. Standing by remotely, we go to our 2K insider, Shams Charania, for the details.
Hey, Brian. Things are happening for New Orleans and the Pelicans front office as we get closer to the trade deadline. They had a player on their wish list in Malik Monk, and they got him. Above all else, the thing that the coaching staff really loves about Monk is his efficiency. They want to run a more streamlined offensive system, and they think Monk can help them do it.
Shams, thank you. Always some intriguing news breaking in the NBA. Good. Mitchell's got 5.
This right here, whew. This is how you want to play the game, with passion, with energy. Just great hustle play right there.
And he slams it in one-handed.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Now, here is James. A steady force on their offense, recording around 14.5 a game.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, the Beast in their last matchup against the Knicks played some superb basketball. He contributed 52 points, and you love how he distributed the ball. And just a huge game for him. His coaches would love to see him do it again. Guys?
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him. It might force him to adjust or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
Farrell's checked in for Milwaukee. James outside. 1:10 left in the first quarter here. Here's Farrell. The shot won't fall. Garland with the defensive effort. The Cavaliers lead by 6. Fires it from 18. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 4 from deep. And here's James. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. From outside, off the mark. Now here's Garland, tightly guarded. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. The last time these two clubs came together was also in this building, with an unfortunate ending for the home team.
If they want to beat these guys this time, they have to do better on the glass. That was their undoing.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
Out to James. Just 2 to shoot. And another miss by Milwaukee. And that does it for the first quarter. Cleveland on top, up by 6. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Look at the fast break point total from these guys. I mean, they're really hustling, working hard. And those hustle points are showing up on the scoreboard.
And I've also liked how they've attacked the opposition off of turnovers. I mean, just making them pay for every mistake out there.
They've got James. He's out there with Brandon Miller. And it's Thor in at the power forward position. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Now here's Mobley. He's scoreless. And when you're going into the first game of a back-to-back, how do you prepare for that?
I think the key is to manage your practice going into a back-to-back. In other words, let's turn that down a bit, reduce the minutes on the floor, mental reps on the practice court as opposed to getting up and down a lot. Because you're going to play hard in both games. So if you can get the tank on full heading into the 2 games back-to-back, that serves you well.
Free throw good. Mobley. Milwaukee making a switch here. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Bucks trail by 4. Pass to Holton. Now James. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
He didn't make it all about himself. His passing was sharp, and he kept everyone involved.
Miller can't get it to go. And Cleveland's shooting a solid 47%. To the inside. Here's Mobley. And it's Thor with a rebound.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
Here's James. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Here's Butler. Still no points. Mobley, a screen on James. Butler against James. Just 5 to shoot. Allen a screen. Here's Benton. And a miss there on the triple. And James has got the ball here for Milwaukee. They've only given up 1 point in the second quarter. That one coming at the line. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Hornets.
It really just wasn't a fun game for them. Their offense looked stagnant, and they couldn't get anything going.
Yeah, they had no answer for them. They simply got outplayed and outworked.
Now, here is James. To the middle. Here's Thor. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. They'll pin that one on Jared Allen.
Man, good whistle there.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
It's his first trip to the line. And he makes a first. Diabate's checked in for Cleveland. Gordon comes in for Mobley. He's perfect from the line this time. The Cavaliers leading. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental is not. Once that all clicks, that's when you've got something.
Well, it's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie. Now here's Miller. 15 in his last outing. And some changes here for the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Thor. And Murray subbed in for James. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Murray from outside. Murray! Good from way out.
The main role of Murray offensively, hit those threes, spread out that defense.
Pass to Benton. There's the triple. Here's Diabate. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Offensive rebounding is all about wanting it. Fantastic effort there, leading to second chance points.
And you played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, B.A., I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches, but the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run, and honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court like that.
And the free throw, no good. And Clark, Giannis is an endearing player in many ways. Which one of his dad jokes is your favorite?
Tell you what, B.A., I can't pick out a favorite, but I love the fact that he's got such a great sense of humor and a sense of being comfortable in his own skin. That all comes out when he interacts with the media and fans. He doesn't take himself too seriously, and I think that's why so many people love him.
Here's Gordon after the basket by Milwaukee on the other end. And Kevin Porter picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And the Bucks making a change here. James is checked in. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming out.
What you love about Mitchell, he plays with energy, explosiveness, and courage.
First trip to the line for him here.
He's been a completely different guy at the line this season. I mean, last year, you weren't sure what you were going to get when he got to the stripe. There's no way we could have expected such a huge increase in those free throw percentage numbers.
And the first one at the line is good.
Yeah, they're really cashing in more at the line here in the second quarter.
Definitely, that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Butler. Both free throws good for Mitchell. The Bucks trail by 4. Antetokounmpo outside. James outside. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. And they've been winning at a high level this season. Most games not even close. Their point differential is sky high.
Yeah, a lot of their games have been essentially over by the third quarter. Blowouts, big margins, really astonishing the dominance they displayed over the course of the season. I'm not sure we've ever seen a team so consistently dominant. One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Now here's Alexander Walker, still without a bucket. From 12 feet, and he buries that one. Back rim and in. And the Cavaliers lead by 6. And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. There's a minute 12 left to play in the half. James outside. Antetokounmpo looking it over. He's off on that one. The Cavaliers lead by 6. Gordon outside. Launches a 3. James with the rebound.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Pass to Porzingis. Over Gordon. And that one's good. Porzingis. We've got 33 seconds left in the half. Here's Diabate. Here's Salon, defended by Murray. And Salon gets it to go. Salon, he's got 5 points.
Unleashes the bounce pass. An accurate assist.
Here's James. Porzingis for 3. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Cleveland closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Thank you for joining us. Getting right to the story, things are going well for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
They're playing the way they're supposed to.
Run the offense until you get a good look. Not complicated at all.
I disagree. Patience and perspective is complicated. That's why many teams can't do it.
And now that we have some time, let's see how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
Right around this time, I would find out who my teammates were on the All-Star roster. Sadly, I was unable to play alongside Kenny. Sad for him, not for me.
See, that's unnecessary, Shaq. That is just unnecessary. Who's to say I want to be on your team anyway?
Well, you called me ugly earlier. You called me ugly earlier.
I never called you that.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Here's Antetokounmpo. On the court right now for Cleveland. They've got Aaron Gordon, and it's Salon in at the small forward position. Porter from outside. Diabate grabs the board. Diabate's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's the Beast. No good on the shot. Antetokounmpo with it. Puts up a deep three. The Cavaliers pull it in. Out to the right wing. Here's the Beast. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. The Bucks trail by 7. Shoots from 12. Antetokounmpo can't connect.
Starting slow in this half. 0 for 3 so far.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
The defense there doing whatever they can.
And they want a second opinion on that call. The signal for the coach's challenge has been made.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game,
the previous play is under review.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Yeah, that one's good.
They can finally relax after missing their first 4 shots to start this half.
Here's the Beast. Rebound, Milwaukee. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
And here's Porter outside. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Diabate's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Jared Allen, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Well, a chance to check out some stats for Keegan Murray.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
The Cavaliers lead by 5. Pass to the Beast. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
Cleveland shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
Outside Murray. Here's Miller. Oh, he clanks that one off the back iron, and it falls. Miller's got 9. For Cleveland, they've gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. Here's the Beast. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Miller. Again, Milwaukee!
He came out of halftime with renewed focus, heating things up offensively.
Here's the Beast. He's got 11. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. The Beast has gotten 4 this quarter. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And so Porter will bring it up for the Bucks. Trailing by 5. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Raptors at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. It'll be the start of a 3-game trip on the road. Cleveland has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter.
And that's easy pickings right there. Leave someone that wide open, and Mitchell's not going to miss them.
Milwaukee has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Antetokounmpo outside. Murray deciding where to go with it. Drills it from deep. Murray's got his second basket on the night.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Top of the key. Rebounded by the Bucks. Miller finds Porter. Outside Murray. 4-3. Rebound by the Beast.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
Pulls up, high post. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. He's got 17.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. James is checked in for Murray. And here's a rundown of the teams that have not wasted their opportunities at the line in the last month. Cleveland, number 1.
And looking at last month, this team really got it done from the charity stripe. Whenever you foul them, they made sure to make you pay for that mistake.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Right side Porter over Garland. And the Bucks miss again.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. And we'll see if that's the answer.
Mobley on a screen. Garland, no good. Bucks trail by 6. And now let's check in with Allie LaForce to see how Aaron Gordon's doing.
Hey, guys. Cleveland's head athletic trainer gave me an update. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound good at all. He's likely going to be out for a while. And for a team with definite title hopes, it will now be a case of next man up until he can return.
Okay, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Now we know how things are coming along, Grant.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The first one falls. Thor, he's checked in for the Bucks. Miller hits them both. Cleveland leading by 4. Garland, the pass to Mobley. Mobley on a screen. Garland for 3. And once again, off the mark by Cleveland. Milwaukee has gone just 1 of 6 from long distance here in the third. The shots just aren't falling. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Ooh, stolen by Allen. Down low. Here's Banton. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. Banton's got his first points of the night. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Cleveland.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
The shooting's been great, but also how about the energy level? That's what's impressed me the most. They've been getting it up and down in transition, and that takes effort.
Now here's Garland. No points so far. That one goes in.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggression.
Here's Antetokounmpo. It's a 5-point game. Here's Miller. And the 3 off target.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Garland against Porter. Clock at 6. Here's Garland. Offline from the top of the key. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Cleveland on top. They're up by 5. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. It'll be the fourth quarter of basketball coming up next. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Miller is out there with James. Then it's Neesmith, and it's Holdridge, and at the 3 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league. Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
And here's Milwaukee now. 7-point differential. And play stops. So whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Diabate's checked in for the Cavs. Aaron Gordon comes in for Evan Mobley. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. And he lobs it up to the rim. Leaps for it. It's stolen. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by James. All right, a moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Cleveland. On Wednesday, they head back home to host the Miami Heat. Then on Friday, they'll be playing against Devin Booker and the Boston Celtics. Milwaukee making a switch here. Porter Jr.'s checked in. Cleveland leading by 7. Here's the Beast. And another miss by Cleveland. Pass to Porter. Let's go with a 3. And again, it's the Bucks missing.
He continues to let it fly, but the makes have been few and far between.
The Beast. The long distance 3 is buried. The Beast has got 13 in the second half.
He's taking what he can get here, has a 3 in each half.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse had to say to the team. Point blank, he wants better shot selection. He told them, we're settling guys. Come on. We're not being patient out there. We're not working the ball around. That has to change right now.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. On defense, the Cavaliers. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game. Porter looks it over. Beyond the arc. Drops in the 3.
That's his third triple of the night, his second since halftime.
James with a steal. And the Bucks pushing it up now. And then Porter with a dunk.
You know, for guys like Porter Jr., who really can score the ball, transition hoops are part of the package. That's easy money for guys like him.
And the foul on the shot. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. First free throw is good. A different look for Milwaukee. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for 4. Antetokounmpo comes in for Nesmith. And it's Keegan Murray in for James.
He couldn't get to the line once in the first half. Coach must have really talked to him at the break.
Now here's Porter. From behind the arc. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Salon, he's got 5 rebounds tonight. The Beast, good.
Yeah, this period, they're letting him go to work, and it's paying off.
Bucks trail by 9. Antetokounmpo outside. Pass to Miller. Porzingis sets a screen. It's rebounded by Salon. Salon, he's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's the Beast. Antetokounmpo with the block.
No mercy shown that time on D by Giannis. Great rejection.
Here's the Beast. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Antetokounmpo has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Miller. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. Miller's got 10 points in just the second half. Here's Diabate. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. Kristaps Porzingis picks one up. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Mitchell's checked in.
If they keep hitting free throws at this clip, it'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Now here's Miller. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Down the first one. Well, Clark, we're used to seeing a coaching carousel, but in recent years, even winning teams have changed coaches.
Well, you know, that is true, and at least the profession is getting a pay raise overall. But for teams looking to break through, BA, changing the coach still seems to be the default button that most teams like and are more comfortable pushing.
Here's the Beast. Oh, nice! Big finish! Man. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
On the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, good looks by our terrific camera crew. Now here's Miller. Take it away. Here's the Beast. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Miller against Mitchell. That's good for Miller. Miller hits them both. The Cavaliers lead by 12. Here's the Beast. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
It's basically been all him. I mean, he scored most of the points himself.
Here's Miller. Counted from distance. Miller's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Milwaukee's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Playing ferocious inside. Porter Jr.
Well, maybe a little bit of a use it or lose it situation with the coach's challenge. Probably won't make a difference to the outcome, but they still want to review the call.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen...
The previous play is under review.
even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
He drops the first one, and that brings him within 10. He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop.
And trying to cut into this deficit, tough to leave any points on the table.
Here's the Beast. The layup off target. Milwaukee shooting 55% since the start of the fourth. Antetokounmpo. Ooh, strong move from Giannis inside.
You know that this is where Giannis wants the ball, but how do you stop him? I don't have the answer.
And Porzingis with the block. Gordon against Antetokounmpo. Miller can't get it to go. And here are the Cavaliers now. The Beast. Off target from outside. Antetokounmpo with it. Guarded now by Mitchell. Porter from outside. Cavaliers with the rebound. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The Beast. Good.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
How about the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, the willingness to make the next pass has this defense scrambling. This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Drives to the hoop. And so Cleveland takes this one by a big margin. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it takes a strong mental approach to block out the distractions. These guys stepped up 100%.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. We'll see you next time.
Okay then, that's how we stand on business.
Tough game tonight. Lock in.
Fans live for games like this one.
You can take him, I just know it!
And the Cavs trying to get a win at home and press for success. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. Look at the Heat. They're still riding with the middle of the pack, but trending upward.
Seeing where Cleveland is,
they just understand how good they really are. One of the biggest hurdles is to avoid complacency, though, down the stretch.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, they've got Jackson. Bam Adebayo is out there with Alperen Şengün. Then it's Payne, and it's Kolek in at the 1. And for the Cavaliers, they've got Donovan Mitchell. Also the Beast out there. And it's Salon in at the 3. Here we are, Brent, right in the middle of the season now. How do players stay mentally sharp during this time of year?
Well, it's really coming down to a lot of what the support staff can do for your team. Physically, you want to be in the best condition you can. So are you getting your massages? Are you taking care of your treatments? Are you getting in the weight room to make sure your body is not atrophying in any way? You keep that strength that you put on in the off season. All these little things add up to you maintaining a level of performance and consistency that your teammates and yourself can rely on, Kevin.
And drawing first blood, you know coach likes that momentum out of the game.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
And pulls out with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Here's Kolek. Pass to Adebayo. The 11-footer buries the jump shot.
You hear the word versatility so much associated with Bam Adebayo and his game. And the mid-range is coming along as well.
And stolen by Şengün. Payne with it. Now defended by Mitchell. Here's Jackson. And the shot is good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
For Miami, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Here's Adebayo. It's rebounded by Cleveland. And this is a team making history with every single win. They're coming into this game with 30 consecutive victories. That's right, 30.
Well, I've been super fortunate to be on some teams that have had some great runs, and I know how hard this can be. You can be so talented, you can be so committed, but you also have to have a few things go your way, and right now, everything going their way. Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively, 4 of 5 so far.
You know, Brent, when you wonder why GMs take a risk on Project Big Man, Bam Adebayo is an example of why they do just that.
Yeah, Kevin, it's not always about the project working out. It's about teams that have a plan for the project. And certainly Miami was able to do that. You have to credit Bam. He put the work in. The guy has been solid. He's an all-star. He's continuing to improve, and he gives you everything on both ends of the floor every night.
Here's the Beast. 6 points for him. Here's Salon. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside. Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
The shot by Mitchell, no good. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Heat. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Yeah, in that game, I thought they took advantage of some sloppy play, but give them credit. They turned mistakes into points.
Yeah, the last game, it felt like they were just feeding off of what they were doing defensively, forcing a lot of those turnovers, and that helps build your defensive confidence.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The Beast in the last matchup against Milwaukee was outstanding. He scored 40 points, and you love what he gives his team at both ends. A performance like that makes you hungry for more. You're looking to follow that up tonight, guys.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Going up against a team that had no answer for him, we'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
The Heat shooting their first free throws here for the night, and the first one drops. And Miami making a change here. Kuminga's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
And Brandon, the super team era is indeed coming to a close. The Miami Heat were one of the most successful examples.
Yeah, Kevin, you're obviously referring to the Heatles with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. I think there are some fans out there that go back to when it was that they had that press conference and were throwing up 6, 7, 8. And so 2 titles, yes, of course, amazing. Chances to win championships, amazing. Could there have been more? Possibly.
The Cavaliers trailing. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Jonathan Kuminga picks one up. The Cavaliers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
1:52 left to play in the first. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they won their last contest, that game against Milwaukee.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
Yeah, never stopped working. One of those games where just everybody was making shots, continual flow, and a very professional win.
Now, here's Thompson. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
Here's the Beast. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
And here's Adebayo outside. Evan Mobley with the rebound.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
With the teardrop. The Beast passes to Hunter. That 3 from Garland. Hands it from downtown.
Garland right now really doing a nice job of staying in perpetual motion.
The Heat trail by 6. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now, here's Adebayo. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Miami needs to get a shot off. Şengün, no good. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Baseline jumper. The Beast can't hit.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Here's Şengün. And plucked the ball with his palm. What a defensive play. The three from Garland. That shot is off. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Cleveland ahead. They lead by 6. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Cavaliers.
And guys, I love the movement, doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
Well, I want to add also the damage that has been done on the inside. It's a lot of rubble in there, but they're continuing to go right at the defense.
On the court for the Heat, G.G. Jackson is out there with Kuminga. Then there's Bosch. Then it's Thompson. And it's Potter in at the point. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectations.
The free throw drops for Jackson. The Heat making a switch here. And so Jackson nails both of them.
A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Now here's Allen. He has yet to score. Manton the pass out, and it's Allen slamming it down.
And that size and versatility make Jared Allen so hard to defend.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David. Here's Kolek. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Here's Jackson with the three. Sinks the three-pointer. Jackson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Pass to Diabate. Now Butler. From past the arc. A three-pointer is right on target. Butler's got the lead back up to 10 now for the Cavs.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now it's a shootout.
Now here's Jackson. In the game against Orlando, very impressive.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Allen, a screen on Jackson. Salon. They get it again. Nice defense from Kuminga. The Heat trail by 10. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And that one's good. Kolek.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
Cavaliers moving the ball around. Pass to Salon. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Here's Kolek. Floats it up for Kuminga. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Here's Benton. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
The Cavaliers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Şengün's checked in for the Heat. Payne comes in for Thompson. That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Heat trail by 9. Here's Kolek. 5 points in the game. It's Şengün. Top of the key. Top of the key jumper, no good. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Diabate. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pass to Payne. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Payne's got his second basket.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. On defense, Miami. Outside Garland. Good on the triple. Garland's got the lead up to 12 now for the Cavs.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Payne gets a wide open look. It's 3 pointers off the mark.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Here's the beast. And again, it's Cleveland.
And sometimes it looks like for Garland, the game comes a bit easy, whether making plays for himself or others.
The Heat trail by 14. Here's Kolek. He's got 5. Pass to Payne. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
Well, that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Miami's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. Here's Kolek. Launches it. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Mobley's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Garland, no good. For Miami, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Here's Payne. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. First trip to the line for him here. That's good from Payne. A different look for Miami. Adebayo is checked in for Bosch. And it's Jackson in for Kuminga. Payne hits them both.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
He gets it in there.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first half. Adebayo the screen. Jackson from long range. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Yeah, he couldn't connect on anything from outside in the first quarter, but now he's hit 2 threes in the second quarter, and he looks much better.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
There's the 3. He doesn't hit that one. And so it's Cleveland. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll return shortly.
Welcome, everybody. Let's jump right in with a look at the players of the week. The Eastern Conference winner, the Beast.
Nothing off about this off guard. Don't call him a 2. He's been there 1.
Yeah, he's the man on the squad right now. Defensive scheme him every trip up the floor, and it makes no difference.
Now looking at where we stand after 2 quarters, it has been a difficult game for the Miami Heat.
Well, their problems start on the backboard, and it's not just a few unlucky bounces. It's an activity, Shaq.
Which is something you can fix if you want to, but I'm not seeing a lot of want to from them.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What can you say? The Beast, an impressive effort here today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Cleveland leading by 11. We've got the Beast. Also Mitchell out there. And it's Diabate in at the power forward position. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Cavaliers have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6. That's good from the Beast. Both free throws good from the Beast. The Heat trail by 13. Outside Jackson. Screen by Şengün. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Jackson's got 12 in the game.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now, here's Mitchell. Hasn't made one yet. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard, and now, arguably, a top 25 player.
Hits it from three-point range.
Oh, great pass by Mitchell. He can run your offense, slide over to the 2 as well, giving you some great backcourt versatility.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple, but I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
He certainly, DA, is a two-way threat. And he's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. And here we go. Shots good by the Beast. 25 points for the Beast.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
Here's Kolek. 5 points in the game. Count it.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
Pass to Mitchell. Cleveland moving the ball around. Here's the Beast. And it's Miami with the rebound. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Şengün got a hand on it, and they're able to recover. The Cavaliers leading by 13. Shots good by the Beast. The Beasts got 9 points in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Outside Jackson. Nice move. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. A different look now for Cleveland. Delano Banton comes in for Mitchell, and it's Butler in for the Beast. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Butler passes to Allen. Going inside. No good on that one. Great defense that time from Şengün. And it's the Heat on the break. Payne can't hit.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Completely lost focus. You can't get 2 steps ahead.
Here's Salon. The three. Buries the long-range jumper. Salon's got 5 points so far.
And he's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Adebayo kicks to Payne. And again, it's the Heat missing. The Cavaliers leading by 18. Pass to Diabate. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Banton's shot is off. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Payne. Banton with the rebound.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that. Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down.
He does that so well. At his size, he's always a threat to throw it down.
All right, Brent, quickly. First thing that comes to your mind when you think of Jonathan Kuminga.
Physicality, Kevin. I mean, this guy is so dominant athletically that Jonathan Kuminga is a presence out on the floor. If he continues to put himself in the situations where he can put his body on guys and play fearlessly, his game is going to continue to grow.
And here's Payne after Darius Garland getting his shot to go from deep. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Cavaliers.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
Man, scoring off a turnover is so helpful. I mean, you get easy opportunities at the rim. It devastates the opponent. They've done a great job tonight at converting on those chances.
And the first one at the line is good. And he makes the first, but misses the second. Alexander Walker passes to Garland. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Heat. Jackson has the open look. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Jackson's got 17.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
In the corner, it's Hunter. All three off the mark.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now, here's Şengün. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range.
Here's Garland. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Nailed from three-point land.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And here's Jackson. 17 points in the game. Şengün with a screen on Hunter. And stolen by Mobley. And no good that time. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. The Heat trail by 21. On the court for the Heat, Kuminga out there with Johnson. Then it's Payne. Then there's Bosch. And it's Kolek in at the point.
Just a much smaller defender on him. He does the exact thing at the right moment. Goes straight to the rim.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. The Cavaliers leading by 19 points. Pass to the Beast. Driving in, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, him dominating the offensive end is what counts for this lead. Just a very difficult guy to stop once he gets going.
Outside Bosch. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. Brent, we know that the NBA can be compared to any league in the world, and it is regarded as the best. But as someone who has won titles like you have, is it world champs, or should we just leave it at NBA champs?
Well, Kevin, it's a really good question, and I don't know what side I lean on. I prefer to talk about being the NBA champs. I mean, out of respect for what the world competitions represent, I think NBA champs is just fine.
Here's Mitchell after the made shot from the Beast.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
To the paint, here's Payne. Mobley with the rebound. Mobley's got 6 rebounds in the game. From the stripe, and off the prior, and in it goes. 31 points for the Beast.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Here's Payne. Drops in the tray.
Well, you can see and maybe feel right now him getting into the comfort zone out there after dropping the second 3 of the half.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Here's the Beast. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Knocked away. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Floats it up for Kuminga. He can't hit that time.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
Here's Kolek. Pass to Bosch. Over Mobley. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Brent, of all the things I can ask you, I've thought about this one. What would you say is the most important thing a team has to do to be an NBA champion?
Kevin, it's pretty simple. Accept your role. And when that happens, stars will be stars, and role players will be there to support the stars in any way they possibly can. But to accept your role and to sacrifice for the good of the team, it's going to give you a chance to hold that trophy.
Allen's checked in for Evan Mobley. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Miami. Jackson comes in for Jonathan Kuminga.
One shot.
We've heard players and coaches complain, Brent, that the rules are too skewed in favor of the offense. You think that's true?
Well, Kevin, offense sells, and the fact that we've talked about how the league has increased pace, you don't really even have time to play defense in today's game. The one thing that I do like is that the league has allowed for some variance and some zone defense to start to be employed. So tactically, coaches are trying to throw different strategies out there, but man-to-man, man, it's hard.
The Heat making a switch here. Şengün's checked in. Brent is a guy who has played with winning teams, been in terrific cultures, and currently in one with the Spurs. What do you think is more important, team culture or raw talent?
Well, I believe in the culture carrying teams to a championship, but you can't do that without talent. So it's got to be a blend of both, Kevin, in order for your team to perform at its highest level. Culture comes first.
Here's the beast, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Now here's Jackson. No one covered. Jackson's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And Bam dropping another dime, never shy about sharing the ball.
Shots good by the beast.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
The Heat have gone 4-7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Yep, that one goes in there.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Kolek from outside off the mark.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
Payne with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. Here's Şengün. And again, it's the Heat missing. The Cavaliers have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Shots good by the beast.
And you know what? This guy is just a natural-born scorer.
Miami's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Pass to Kolek with the drive. And he banks in the layup. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Cavaliers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for the Beast.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Miami Heat, and that's a foul called on the Beast. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for the Cavaliers. Here's Kolek. Pass to Şengün. And here's Jackson. Here's Kolek. Takes a 3. Allen with the rebound. 27 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Banton. Payne covering. Outside Garland. Kolek grabs the miss. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll do it, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. See you later.
earned that one.
These fans make a lot of noise. Let's quiet them down.
AMP, it's your world, we just live in it.
Coming right up, the Cavaliers taking on the Celtics. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, the first half of this season was about putting the league on notice. They've sent a clear message that they are not slowing down anytime soon. Celtics, Cavs, coming up next. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here with you, alongside Grant Hill and Coach Dan Van Gundy, and the fourth member of our crew, Allie LaForce, reporting from the sidelines. And now a glimpse of who's out ahead in the All-Star voting.
I'm sure the fans and the players are eager for an update.
He's got the lead in the East as votes for him just continue to pour in.
Making the team at all is a privilege for these guys. But winning the top spot in the voting would make it that much more special.
And what a night it'll be. We'll keep you updated on the latest results during voting. A look at Cleveland's opening lineup. They've got Evan Mobley, and it's Diabate in at the 4. And for Boston, they've got Miles McBride, and it's Koloko in at the center position. Well, it's fair to say we could expect a bruising battle between these two, Grant.
Yeah, these are two teams that dare you to bring the ball at them. They both feast on the defensive side, so don't expect any scoring records broken in this one.
Here we go.
Tip-off goes to the Celtics. Outside Tatum. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Beast. And here comes Cleveland. And this team has been just incredible, assembling a 31-game winning streak. And with no signs of slowing down anytime soon, we are watching history in the making, folks.
Well, I don't say this lightly. This group could very well be one of the best teams I've ever seen. To win this many games in a row is unthinkable. And if I'm in the locker room coaching this group, the one thing I'd be telling my guys is not to get distracted by the record. Stay focused on tonight, just as we have throughout the streak.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, here's what the Celtics head coach had to say when we spoke earlier. I discussed with Coach the difficulties of guarding Donovan Mitchell. He jokingly responded, "You mean the guy who scored 71 points? It should be pretty easy." And he went on to say, "Donovan is one of the best scorers in the game. We have to be disciplined and guard him closely. This will be a big test for their defense." Guys?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Here's McBride.
Not exactly what they're looking for out of the gates. Just 1 of 4 shooting.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Now here's Tatum. Last game, he had 28 points. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. From downtown, cleared away by Wells. The Celtics have called 1 of 4 to begin this one. Tatum passes to Fisher. Outside Tatum. Stolen by Mitchell. To the wing, right side. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Cleveland shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game, so he gets them both.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
There's Tatum with the 3. Buries it from 3.
You know, this team relies on Tatum hitting those shots, and that's why he's such a high-volume three-point shooter.
The Beast. Good. The Beast has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Wells. Playing Orlando, he was nearly unstoppable. The shot by Fisher, no good.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
Pass to Tatum. Fires for 3. Mobley grabs the board.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's the Beast. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Celtics trail by 6. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
The first free throw is good for the Cavaliers. Allen, he's checked in for Evan Mobley. Hunter comes in for Diabate. And Darius Garland subbed in for Mitchell. Both good from the line that time. Well, Grant, trade talks always ramp up this time of year. But if you're a player in those rumors, that can really take a mental toll.
Oh, B.A., absolutely. Especially the first time it happens. You have to try and remind yourself that it's a business. But sometimes that doesn't make it any easier.
Cleveland shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Boston making a switch here. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Outside Tatum. 14 feet away. And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
Fires from the wing. The rebound by Jason Tatum.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, the Beast in their last matchup against the Heat had a huge game. He had 46 points, and his shot was on point, especially from downtown and the charity stripe. And he had a monster game that last time out. He'll try to match or even exceed those numbers tonight. That's got to be scary to face, Brian.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how much of that performance carries over into this one.
His goal is to provide whatever the team needs from him on that particular evening.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
Cleveland leading by 9. He goes up again. It's rebounded by Vaughn. Boston's gone 1 of 4 from deep. Pass to Tatum. Here's Fisher. Here's Vaughn. No points yet. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Boston's gone 2 of 5 from deep. It's stolen away. And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
Let's give Coach credit. He's trying to find a way to squeeze the most out of every possession.
Well, that's the job, right? Your duty as a coach is to finesse your lineups so your guys get the best chance to succeed.
Both teams will make substitutions. Here's the 2K leaderboard showing us the teams with the best free throw percentage. Cleveland, number 1.
This squad will punish you every time you let them get to the line. It's something they've worked on as a team, and now they're reaping the rewards.
And here's Hunter from the arc. Drains the triple.
Wow. Some strong perimeter shooting here in the first quarter.
Celtics trail by 9. Pass to Vaughn. Now Siakam. Puts the fadeaway right on the money.
Yeah, that fadeaway gave him more than enough space to get that shot up.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside, Alexander Walker. From the baseline. And he drops that one in. The Beast has got 16 points.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Here's Siakam. Ooh, what a play. Just calms the block. And so it's Cleveland. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. We'll be right back. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, what do you guys think about Cleveland here in this one?
Defensively, their gambles are paying off. Jumping passing lanes and pressuring ball handlers.
Yeah, turning defense into offense, getting out in the open floor. This is exactly what they wanted.
They've got Miles McBride, and it's Siakam in at the 4-man position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Pass to Allen. Now here's Hunter. Here's the Beast. Had a career game his last time out. Bucket after bucket. Pulled the shot a little left. The bounce goes his way, though. He's got 18.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Now here's Siakam. Checking his numbers, he's put up a little over 9 points a game. And the basket by Vaughn.
Slow defensive rotation causing a breakdown along the perimeter.
Here's the beast. Hauled in by Brown. Outside McBride. Up top Brown. Ooh, poked away. Butler with a steal. All by himself. The beast. Good. The beast has got 20 points.
Well, Allen is usually the last stop the ball makes, but he selflessly gives it up to a wide open guy.
Siakam looking it over. Pass to Vaughn. Puts up a three. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Siakam. Vaughn's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, that's his third three-pointer in this game, and 2 of those came in the second. So he might be heating up.
And one thing that Siakam has always had a knack for, Grant, cutting to the rim and finishing plays.
Yeah, he plays so well when he has space to move. He's just great off the ball, and that fits with any team. His ability to convert at the rim makes his cuts that much better.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Koloko, he's checked in for Boston. Jason Tatum comes in for McBride. Evan Mobley, he's checked in for Cleveland. Diabate comes in for Hunter. Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept the mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Now here's Siakam. Here's the three. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. The Beast has got 4 rebounds in the game. Pass to Mobley. Here's the Beast. And Mobley throws it down.
Incredible work right there on the glass. Just doing all he can to extend that lead.
Hey, once you got him on the ropes, keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of it.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And looking at our leaderboard now, here are the big men putting up the big points over the last 10 games. Number 1, Jason Tatum.
This big is just oozing with confidence offensively. The best scorer at the 4 and 5 positions, and he's a guy his team can really lean on.
The Beast shot is off. Celtics trail by 12. Here's Fisher, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. Pass to Wells. 5 on the clock. Tatum from long range. Mobley grabs the board.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
The Beast, good.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
And Tatum's got the ball here for the Celtics. Here's Wells. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
And when he was younger, Tatum would often try to do it all himself. But now he wants to keep everybody involved.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Brian, last season, Jason Tatum surpassed 10,000 career points. He said, it sounds crazy. I always think about when I was a kid growing up with my mom and saying I wanted to be in the NBA. I may have thought I would be one of the best players, but to actually do it is a surreal feeling. Brian, he's being honest.
Yeah, dreams do come true, Allie. Thank you. Here's the Beast. The offensive rebound. And it's in there.
Their intensity has only picked up this quarter, even while holding the lead.
We've got 1:28 left in the first half of basketball. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Fisher, the pass to Wells. Here's Vaughn. He's got 9. Pass to Wells. Lets the three fly. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Salon, he's got 4 rebounds now.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
The Beast, good.
Great use of the bounce pass there. You gotta love that.
Celtics trail by 16. Tatum feeling it out a bit. Here's Fisher. Outside Tatum. Shoots. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Here's the Beast. And it's Koloko with a rebound.
He hasn't helped the cause with his shooting, but his teammates have had his back.
Boston, no good that time either. Cleveland leading by 16. Pass to Diabate. Here's the Beast. Nice D from Tatum. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. They've been fantastic pushing the ball. Fast break points, a key to this lead. Back after this.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so's our breakdown of the upcoming schedule. Let's check it out.
Fairly easy stretch for them. Could even have some blowouts, allowing them to rest their stars a little bit.
That would be their best case scenario, but then again, best laid plans. And let's move on now to that first half. Obviously, a lot of work to do for the Celtics.
They couldn't shut down the lane. Only thing that would stuff that is prime Shaq. Maybe 2 of me.
Now that is a scary sight. 2 of you.
Well, we're going to need a bigger fridge, Ernie.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Here's the Beast. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. On the court for the Cavaliers. We've got Mitchell, and it's Salon in at the 3. Count it. Diabate's gotten his first basket of the night.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
Pass to Wells. There's the 3. Mobley grabs the board. Mobley's got 6 rebounds here tonight. The Beast shot is off.
Great opportunity. Just couldn't complete the play.
Yeah, that's one he'd like to have back. Those are the opportunities you have to convert.
Cleveland leading by 18. Outside Mitchell. The 3 ball. Knocks it down from distance. Mitchell's got 5 now.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Here's Fisher. It's deflected.
They've been unable to hit anything this half. 3 attempts and 3 misses. And guys, this is why coaches value playing with pace.
Yeah, they have made the most of their transition chances.
Outside Tatum. Pass to Wells. To stop the run. Diabate grabs the board. Diabate's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Mitchell. Oh, and Mitchell powers it home.
It's been an outstanding performance for them in just about every area.
Yeah, and to do it on the road, it shows how well prepared this team was coming into this contest.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
To the paint. The kick to Tatum. Pass to Fisher. The three. Knocks down the triple. He's got 5.
Coming into the league, putting up points was no problem for Tatum, but now he's creating scoring opportunities for others.
You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him. And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
Salon, no good. Celtics trail by 19. Here's Wells. Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. And now the Cavaliers on the break. Here's Salon. And they cash it in right away with a quick shot.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
And Boston calls time here. And Stan, you got into coaching right after college. When did you know you wanted to be a coach?
Brian, that's easy. As soon as I figured out that I didn't have much of a future as a player, I knew I wanted to stay involved in the game. I wanted to coach.
And the Eastern Conference has been great to watch so far. Here's how things are shaking up midway through the season. You take a look at Cleveland. They're in first place right now with a tremendous record. They're certainly the team to beat. And, of course, there's Boston, pretty far behind right now.
Well, I think for Cleveland, I think they're the team you dread having to play. I mean, they've been performing at just about their best in every game so far this season.
Well, if you're able to strike fear into your opponent before even stepping on the floor, you're doing something right.
Here's Fisher. Give him 8 points now. Again, the miss by Boston.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's the Beast. McBride covers. The Beast shot is off. Celtics trail by 21. There's Tatum with the three. No luck on that one.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Stretching the floor makes all the difference. Let's see which teams do the best job of it. The Cavaliers in 5th.
Instead of just bombing away, they work hard to create good looks from beyond the arc.
And so it's Siakam with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. And after this one, they're at home against Phoenix. And that's the third game out of 4 at home for them. Here's Wells. Hits the three-pointer. Wells has got 5.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
The Beast. The rebound, Celtics.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Siakam, the pass to Wells. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Siakam. Siakam's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, that's what you want. Get him the ball and see if he can close the gap.
Here's the Beast, and he's got 28 now. 1:36 left to play in the third quarter here. Boston making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Vaughn, the pass to Wells. Here's Vaughn. Siakam outside. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. Offline with a 3. Cleveland leading by 18. Butler passes to Allen. Here's the Beast. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. The Beast has got 6 in the quarter.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight, and with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up.
The floater, and Siakam gets it to go.
How's that for a crafty move? Siakam will find a way to finish no matter what.
And he drew the blocking foul, so he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. First one falls for him. Santos has checked in for Boston. Banton, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And so he hits both.
And really strong at the line since the break.
Celtics trail by 20. And here's Siakam. And makes it with the kiss. Siakam's got 6.
Yeah, working the play to perfection. Siakam comes off the screen free to fire a shot.
Here's the beast. Rejected by Brown. Here's Vaughn. He's got 9. Siakam outside. And so it's Cleveland, a sizable 18-point lead at the end of the period. They're showing impressive focus out there, and it's paying off big on both ends of the floor. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And from the 2-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Yeah, well, he looked like a pass-first point guard on this assist. Incredible instinct to feel the play develop and set up the score.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Celtics trail by 18. We've got Pascal Siakam, and it's Brown in at the 5 spot. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Siakam outside. Pass to Klintman. Brown with a screen. Takes the 3. The Cavaliers pull it in. The Beast has got 9 rebounds now. Unloads from 13. And he connects with a jumper. The Beast has got 10 points here in the second half.
You really have to question the defensive effort on that possession.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
Pass to Siakam. And one of the findings in a recent league report, Stan, back-to-backs, not a major risk for injury, it seems.
Well, you know, Brian, I had a player that I greatly respected tell me that his preference would be to play 41 back-to-backs during the year because then you get 2 days off in between games. That really what was harder was playing every other day and never getting a break of a couple of days. So, look, you have to play through a lot of different situations and things, but I think back-to-backs are certainly overestimated.
Interesting. Something to consider. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line. A chance at a 3-point play.
And that's easy pickings right there. Leave someone that wide open, and Mitchell's not going to miss them.
And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But, Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, B.A., it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
Hammers the lob through.
It all happened in an instant. Turning defense into offense. I love it.
And the speed of that transition score. From defense to offense, able to take advantage before they can get set.
Here's Siakam after the basket by Cleveland. Snatched away. Here's the Beast. Rejected by Brown. Tipped. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Cavaliers. Cleveland leading by 21. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. No good there. Tatum passes to Vaughn. And here's Tatum. Stan, there are lots of loud arenas in the NBA. What was the toughest place for you to win?
Well, Brian, it was against whoever had the best players on the other side.
The beast shot is off. The Celtics have gotten only 2 of 6 attempts to drop in the fourth. Here's Tatum. Pass to Fisher. This one for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. Tatum's got his 4th assist in this one.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Celtics trail by 18. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's Koloko. Fires from deep. Diabate grabs the board. Diabate's got a rebound, number 5 here tonight. Here's the beast. Tatum pulls it in.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. The Celtics making a switch here. McBride's checked in. Here's the beast. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Well, I love how connected they've been defensively. They're right into shooters and piling up blocked shots.
And also attacking in transition has been working for them. I mean, credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic.
Puts the move on. Got a hand on it. 1:57 left to play in the fourth. Yep, that one's good.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
So it's Boston now. The Cavs getting their last shot to go. To the wing on the left. Shot clock at 6. And a vital mission for the NBA, mental health. Commissioner Silver has said it's the most important issue for the league.
And I applaud Adam for those comments he's made about it. I mean, the season is so difficult. It can really take a toll on your mind. So it's great the league is trying to help players out through this.
Now here's Tatum. From the arc.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Cavaliers.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And this result tonight, it gets them to 44 wins on the year.
Only a 2-game series, and they win both. They have to be satisfied with this.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for the Beast.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
Now here's McBride. That three's off the mark. Here's the Beast. Uses the glass on the layup. The Beast has got 45 points.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Tatum. Here's Fisher. Here's the pick. To end the cold spell. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Elbow shot. Misses there. And so Cleveland takes this one by a big margin. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
You earned that one.